Going live. Hey everybody, we are live. Welcome to I got it. Yeah, not bad. Saturday night hockey talk. It is Saturday. What's the date today? Let me look over there. It is August 29th, and I guess there's lots of stuff to talk about. Hang on, let me skip the ads on my own video. There we go. I guess there's lots of stuff to talk about. I don't know who's here yet, so say hi, and then we'll talk about a bunch of stuff. So what are we? 4 people in there. Okay, I guess we can wait for more people. Or who's here today? Shamir, how's it going? How's it going? I'm doing good. Hopefully you are too. I saw your comments in the video earlier. I answered them just before. Excuse me, I just ate before I go on to the live stream, so sorry for that burp. Yeah, so there's lots to talk about. There's the Phil Deneau thing, which I did a video on. Hey Jackson, how's it going? Which video are you talking about? But thanks. So I did that, the Deneau one. I just did the backup goalie one because I made a mistake, I think, in my the previous one to that, I think 2 videos ago. And I knew Jeff would like that. Louis. Sorry, I had him in my second tier. But yeah, I did mention Jeff would like that. Hey, George, how's it going? How's it going? So yeah, I mean, there's that to talk about. What else we got to talk about? What's going on in the Habs world anyway? Did Gallagher have the Montreal status on his Instagram? Because if he did, it's been gone for a week now. Gallagher, this is news. I haven't heard that. I know Max Domi put his back. So I don't think it's going to mean that he's going to be traded or not traded, but he did put his back. I guess because there was a bunch of uproar. I guess he didn't want to cause so much of that, so he put it back. Or it's just a negotiating tactic. He wanted to show the Habs management how much the fans love them and what a stir it caused on Twitter anyway when he took it away. Ryan Poehling did the same, but he didn't put it back yet. So, yeah, I didn't hear about Gallagher's. That's news to me. I didn't do a news of the day video lately because I've been trying to do better videos. So, hey, NHL Hockey News, how's it going, buddy? Saturday night. Yeah, so because I've been working a little harder on the videos, taking a little more time, and I think it's paid off. I think they're a little bit better, and yeah, and yeah, how are we doing? Okay, so I'll announce that. Unfortunately, if I had known the weather today in Montreal, because the weather here is total crap, rainy and cold, so I was going to go out and do a few things during the day. So I ordered, I'm getting a new microphone, one of those with the arm and the pop filter and all that, and some new lighting with some color options on it, which are going to be cool for the live stream. So that's coming up. I'm getting that stuff tomorrow. And then I am getting, for when I'm up at the board, you know how when I turn to the board, the sound goes down because the microphone on the webcam. So I have a lapel microphone, which I tried to use, but it's a 3.5 millimeter plug, which was causing static. So I have an adapter coming that will make it USB. So when I'm up at the board, I will not lose any sound when I turn. And I'm getting some USB extensions so that they can all work from afar. And I'm getting the hockey pucks like this so that I can start sending out the emotional support hockey pucks that I owe. I know there's 3 that I've got to give out for the members. And Shamir won one, the first ever winner for the hockey puck contest, for the guess the score contest. So there's that. So that's what I've been up to. I put like $170. I spent $170 on the channel, and it's all because of you guys and the support of watching the videos and the support here and all that. So yeah, so I guess the words I'm looking for is thank you guys. A little bit of it I borrowed, so it's it's kind of in advance, but yeah. So I'm getting some new equipment that's going to make my videos, sound and look better from the lighting and all that. So there won't be any more lighting in my eyes for the glasses because they have their boxes, lighting boxes, and they have panels, and they'll stop that glare. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about it, but I wish I would have said today, not tomorrow. So I gotta wait till tomorrow. And tomorrow's gonna be a really nice day here, so I'm gonna go out and do my stuff, depending on when the delivery comes. But the next Saturday live stream will have much better sound. You'll see my microphone, and the lighting will be even better. So it'll be. I don't want to really talk about it. It'll be a surprise for the lighting. The look I hope I can get out of them, and you'll see it next live stream. Okay. What would you think about trading for Huberdeau? Huberdeau, boy, you're shooting high there, Jeff. Hey, MJ, how's it going? Oh my God, I'd love to get Huberdeau, but again, what's the price? It all depends on the price. I am no longer totally saying no, you can't trade. There's a few guys I think you can't trade. I don't want to trade, but the rest of it, yeah. Do I think Caulfield will play in the OHL next year? I have an article that I'm saving, and I was going to put it in a video. I figured news of the day or something for that. If you want, I can read what they announced for that. But yeah, it's a possibility that Caulfield will be able to play in the CHL next season without affecting his college status, because they made a change because of the COVID. Nice Godfather poster in the back there. Yeah, Godfather was one of my favorite movies. So I got this. I got that from kind of like a mentor of mine who's a friend of my father's, and we kind of hit it off when we met. I hadn't met him for a long time. My father knew him, and just one of those things. He was older, like my father's age, a little younger, and just like a second father type relationship thing, and that was his. And when he passed away, I got a lot of his stuff, and that's one of the things that I got from him. Is it true that Crosby wants to finish his career in Montreal? I kind of put that in a video that I think his contract is another like 7 years or something. That at the end of his contract, when he's done, he'd be 38, and he might sign here for a year and end his career here. I think the video, I did it last season, I think, 10 things in the next 10 years, and that was one of them. That might have been like the last one of them, something like that. You can go look for it. It's in my catalog of videos. I have a catalog of videos. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. I have a potential trade proposal. I did a video on this. Also want your thoughts. Domi to the Jets for a first-round pick, 10th overall pick. No, I don't like that. First of all, even the 10th pick, still potential. It's not a sure thing. You don't know who you're going to get and whether they work out. And to give Domi for that, I don't know. No, I think you can get a lot more. Honestly, I think you can get a lot more for Domi. I mean, look at what Toronto got for Kapanen. Is it Kapanen? Yeah. I think Domi's worth more than that, so I don't think that's enough. I think you got to get pieces back. And with Winnipeg, the problem is they don't have. Excuse me, my neck. I just got a shot from moving the wrong way. They don't have enough to give back, I don't think. So I don't know. I personally don't think I like that deal. Might have to add. You might have. I'm just reading down your next one. You might have to add a pick or so. This also will complete the Jets' top 6, and we get 2 first-round picks with this deep draft. Yeah, I mean, I get that, but you got to add more to that, and coming back our way. Domi, you got to add more coming back, and I think if you're going to do that, you kind of need like one of their young prospects to come back. Yo, you didn't spell it right, but I know what you meant. Trois Riviere is getting an ECHL team. Yes, I did talk about it when they announced it back. It was in a News of the Day video. Very likely to affiliate with the Habs. Oh, yeah. I mean, more than just likely is almost a sure thing they're going to be affiliated with the Habs. NHL Hockey News reports, oh, son playing in Winnipeg just like the father. Oh, that's true. Domi played in Winnipeg. You're right. Okay, listen, I'm scrolling down. I guess that means I got to say this. Well, it's near the end of the month, so actually I'm trying to hit a target because I bought all this equipment. So if you'd like to enter and possibly win these skates, a pair of Bauer Supreme, size 7.5, barely used, not even broken in on the ankles, so like barely used. Beautiful pair of skates. If you take a super chat or take a membership or a super sticker, you'll get entered in that contest. I am trying to hit a number for the month, and I would appreciate any contributions you guys would like to make. And then, like I said, you get entered in that contest. So, and I may even do this. I'm not like I think I'll do this tonight. I don't know if, but for all the donations tonight, you'll get entered in the skate contest, and I'll take one of the donations, and you'll get a puck. So yeah. So if you guys want to get a puck, if you take a super chat or a super sticker or a membership tonight, right now, I'll draw from you guys, and I'll give away a puck. I mean, it's not a giveaway, really. I mean, you guys are gonna have to give money. I get that, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, let me get back to the to the chat. Okay, there's one that I see there that I would really okay, didn't miss that much. NCAA said he can stay in college and play juniors. Yeah, there's a discrepancy on what they mean by junior, because I saw something where it said it didn't really mean the CHL, but it did mean like the USHL, which he's way beyond. So I'm not sure. I just read it quickly before coming on here, so I don't know any more than that. So it's gonna have to see in the next few days, I guess, since they just announced this, what exactly they mean. Petrie, Domi, Brook, or Fleury. Okay, wait. Hey, Max, how's it going, buddy? Haven't seen you in a bit. Jeff, I'm not sure. Why are you saying this? You know me, I get lost sometimes. Yeah, I don't see any reason. I scroll back. Is that who would be included in the deal? No. Anyway, let me know what you mean by that, Jeff, because I'm not sure. I'm lost. Oh, in York, how's it going, buddy? NHLU? Wait, what? NHLU? Yeah, NHLU too? What's up, Ryan? How's it going there in Nashville? How's it going out there? Toronto won. Talking baseball, I'm going to assume, because Toronto hockey didn't win nothing. I want to live stream one of the periods of Islanders and Flyers. Yeah, well, see, you can do that because you do all the league. I don't. I can't really. It does every time. I've tried to cover other teams at this time of year, and if I really want to do it for me because I'm really interested, I want to. Okay, but otherwise, this doesn't get any response because I'm a Habs channel, and it's okay. I don't mind because I don't know enough about the other teams yet. I'm getting there, but not yet to do that coverage. I'm thinking, here, since you're all online, I'm thinking, and maybe next year, another year down the road, because I want to start another, I'm thinking already of another channel as not like give up this, second channel. And I'm thinking of if I'm going to maybe do some videos about the league and not the Habs themselves, I think that I'll do that on a separate channel. So that's what I think I would do a separate channel on, is the NHL, whereas this is just the Habs. So just to be very super early beginning stages of thinking about it. So it's not happening anytime soon. I don't have enough. I want to say control. I don't have enough. This isn't established enough, Talking Habs, for me to be opening up another channel yet. So it doesn't matter. But I'm saying possibly down the road, if things, progress as I hope they'll progress. That's what I'm thinking. And so if I want to do any NHL, I'm going to do it on a separate channel. Should Rick be our next Habs GM? Any thoughts? No. We want to win. We want to win, so there's no talk about me being a GM because that's not happening. Listen, I screwed up 2 things. Look, if you want to talk about my trades and from that video the other day, totally forgot sending Dion to Detroit. Not going to work. Not going to work. Yzerman and Dion, not going to work. So made a mistake there. And the Cam Talbot as the number 1 goalie. Not number 1, backup goalie. It may be that they get Talbot, but I don't know if that's the first guy you'd look at, and I wasn't really thinking that through. So kind of one of the reasons why I did the video today. Also, I saw somebody did an article about it, and I thought, okay, how can I do that like a little differently, not making a list necessarily, not just straight out, just like a top 10 list, So I thought it was different. So that's kind of why I did it. I hope it was enjoyable. Very busy. I got more time now. You got more time now. Oh, I don't think you're talking to me because I don't think I asked that, but that's good that you got more time now, maybe? I don't know if it's good. Sometimes that's not a good thing. Kirk Muller as the next head coach for the Habs, or will take another job elsewhere. I don't think he is French enough. He's not, and quite frankly, not my guy for head coach. Muller was okay. I don't think he did a bang-up job. I think a lot of what you saw that was good mostly was, personally, I'm sure it's Julian. I wouldn't credit if he, if he won that series, I think it might be different. I would say differently, but he didn't, and I think they should have won Game 6. So you got to say maybe the coaches. Anyway, I don't think, and he's not French. He's not French enough. So you'd think he wasn't here long. I want to say like 3 years, something like that. But he was a star, won a cup here. He was loved here when he was here. I loved him here. I know the feeling that the fans had for him. And yet they're going to hold that he's not French against him if he would be head coach. That pisses me off. Not saying that I want Muller as coach, but it pisses me off that even a guy like that can't get the break and say, oh, well, it's Kirk Muller, so it's okay. It should be, but it's ridiculous. Anyway, we won't go there. We talked about it if you're interested, we talked about it in the podcast. I think the podcast link is in the, I know for my main page for the podcast, it's there. But for the newest episode, I think I put it there. So you click on that. If it doesn't get you to the right to the episode, it's the latest one, and it's called. It's with well, Jeff is in here. Jeff and Scotty. I just see Scotty there. Hey, Scotty. Jeff and Scotty, and Morgan's not in tonight. Morgan and we did this podcast, and it was a lot of fun to do. And I think I listened to it, and it's okay. And I'm very critical of myself and anything I do. So. But there's a lot of potential for us, and we might stay together. I'm hoping that we will, as a panel, and I think it'll get better and not as long. That was a long podcast episode. Okay, Huberdeau, Vetrano, 5th round pick, and Petrie, Domi, Brooke, and the 2nd round. What? Wait, for Huberdeau and Vetrano in a 5th round. For Petrie, Domi, Brooke, and a 2nd round pick. Man, you're giving up a lot. But I get it. To get a Huberdeau, you got to. My worry is, I would think if you're going to do a deal like that, you secure a defenseman from somewhere else. Like we had been talking about, and if you do the Domi part, you're not getting Letang. So you want to secure that you've got some defenseman to replace Petrie of the same caliber. Otherwise, I don't know that I like that because you're creating a hole elsewhere. I do like Huberdeau, but I'm not sure. But I mean, we'll talk about it on the podcast. I'm working on that. So, guys you're in the room, you guys, maybe tomorrow sometime, I'm going to get in touch with you and see if you guys got time to take maybe a half an hour and go on Skype and see if we can figure out an agenda that would be good because I'd like to get your guys. I'd like to get things you guys want to talk to, not just talk about, not just me. I'll put together the episode, but I'd like to get your ideas of what you guys would like to talk about. And I think we'll have a much better podcast that way, personally. So let me get back to you guys. Domi was born in Winnipeg, but I like him regardless. But remember now, I'm not scrolling back up, so if I miss something, either type it in and I'll get it the second time around, or take a super chat, which I kind of encourage because I am trying to. I'd like to get a certain amount of money today to hit a target because it's almost the end of the month and they're going to close off the end of the month, and I'm almost where I want it to be. So that's why I'm kind of. I can get on my hands and knees if you really need. I don't know. I'll bend the camera down. You'll see. And I'll do that if you really need. But I don't really want to have to do that. I'm just joking with you guys. Okay. But really, if I miss a comment, please type it in again, or the aforementioned super chat and stuff. Okay. Thoughts on Alex Bilzeal future? There's not much future for him here. In the AHL, I imagine he'll stick with the Rocket, but I don't see much future for him in the NHL. I think Steve Shutt will fit in as coach. Oh, Elio, who I know now is not a girl. Elio, sorry. I have not heard much about Steve Shutt becoming a coach. It kind of rings a bell, though. Is he coaching now? Because it rings a bell that he wanted to be in coaching. I don't know a lot about that. So if you want to fill me in, I'd be very thankful for that. Muller was a gentleman on and off the ice. I was gutted just as much as he was when he was traded back in '95. Yes, I don't have. Muller is a great guy from everything I've heard. It's not anything about that. I just don't think he's the right coach here. That's all. That's all it is, really. I think I was gutted just as much because I took him every year in my fantasy hockey pool. I always made sure I got Muller. And he was very he took it well, but you could tell. I think he cried a little bit. He was very sad to be leaving Montreal. I believe that. Rick may not make GM material, but he could definitely do some live commentary. Color analyst. Oh, geez. Maybe one day, but I don't think now. Yeah. And quite frankly, interesting enough, there's this controversy going around. The NHL is, what's the word I'm looking for? They're cracking down on people using footage. So, Scott, I guess I should tell you that. Don't use any footage there. Although you're a small channel and you probably won't have a problem. But the hockey guy, he doesn't use any footage. But one day he forgot and he left the screen. There was showing some hockey on it, and it was enough. They made him remove the video. So they're cracking down on everybody using live footage, audio on your videos. Right now, only if you're a big channel. So the reason I mention that is, you see, if I got big enough to do that, they'd be really like magnifying glasses using my looking at my channel. I mean, I'm Hands Down Hockey. He actually got in touch with the NHL and they explained to him what they're doing and what their rules are going to be about this. He's doing a video tomorrow, which I can't wait to see. And it's even about thumbnails. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue with the thumbnails I'm using. I hope I will. I'm not big enough to get noticed by them, but it's a big controversy right now. So the NHL kind of being a little bit, what's the word I like to word? Skinflinty. There's another word for that. And coming down on people about like small things. I get the footage, but I always wondered how they're getting away with it. If you don't change something about it, like if you're running footage and you're talking about the footage you're using, not just running footage and you're doing a video and you're talking, but the footage isn't really matching what you're talking, you don't have fair use of it. So you have to do it in a certain way that it is fair use. You're allowed to use it, but if you're not, they're coming down on you. So this is new news, new news. And yeah, that's what's going on right now. Loved your video today on who will be backup price. Definitely a video I'll be making soon. Gotta go, buddy. Oh, NHL. Thanks for coming in. If you're doing that video tonight on the game, just the best of luck, eh? Best of luck. Have fun doing it. I love doing live streams, especially when there's a big game on. It is a lot of fun. Okay, wait. Gotta go soon. Gotta go, buddy. But keep up your 11:10 videos and live streams. Okay, I'm not sure what the 11:10 means, but I'm not changing much. Not really. I won't see. Although I am moving in about a month. I'm moving it over again, moving the studio over. Hopefully, we'll be permanent for a little while. And yeah, so it's going to get a different look, a little bit smaller look, but exclusive in the room. The room won't be really used for anything else. And I hope I hope I do a good job redesigning. It's one of the reasons for the new equipment, because I wanted to get that stuff before I figure out where I'm putting everything, especially the lighting. And I need the extensions because I'm going to be a bit tighter in the room than I am now. So I have to mount on the wall the camera positions, or some of them are going to be on the wall. So, yeah. So things are like, it's looking up. It's going, yeah, things are going, you know, it's going in the right direction. Okay, let me see if I missed anything from my buddy there, Jeff, because we were in the conversation. Trade Domi's rights and offer sheet Manta, I say. I think offer sheeting Manta is going to do nothing, though, Scott. I mean, I really think I don't think you can offer sheet him. You got to trade for him. Habs should try to keep Mete and Lehkonen from Seattle. I don't want them to lose these guys for nothing. I got to say, I think, like, I don't think Lehkonen, I think they're going to do everything they can to keep Lehkonen from going. But I got to think that Mete is a really big option. Or if you are like, I guess it's Morgan, I think, that was saying he would like Seattle to take Carey Price. They leave him open and they take him, and that solves a problem. And, you know, listen, if you looked at my video today, it's true. If you traded Carey Price, now I'm not talking about what you get back from here, but you trade him, and his salary's off the books. There are goalies out there right now that you could literally get a starter and a backup, quality, and you're going to be just and maybe pay less than Price's contract, but not anymore. And then you save that money you would have for that backup goalie, right? So you're saving money. So it's an option. You got to say it's an option. I don't think it'll happen. I really don't. I can't see it happening, but it wouldn't shock me either, because it's a way to save some money on the cap and maybe bring in guys that, you know. Okay, I see your Tarasenko. I'm scrolling back down because, again, I looked up at something, and so if I miss anything, please remember, you can take a super chat, or you can retype your whatever you wanted to say. And yeah, and I'll see it then. But a super chat, it's colored, and I don't miss it. So, and yeah, trying to raise money, it helps to fund things that are going on in this for this channel. And that's the stuff they say when they're trying to raise money that I'm not very good at doing. So that's why yeah, that's why that is. Do I think Brook will bounce back next year? He's a defenseman. I don't think he's a bust by any stretch of the imagination yet. He's very young still. So I don't know next year, but I think I said Brook probably 2 years down the road. But I haven't really kept that what's the word I'm looking for? I haven't followed him that much to know exactly what's going on with him, but I think he's definitely got the possibility of bouncing back, if not next year, the year after. He's young. Defensemen take longer. John, Michael, how's it going, buddy? Jeff, Huberdeau is on a pretty good deal the next 3 years, 5.9. Wow. So you have to take that into consideration. That is actually quite a good deal. And Tarasenko is not an option anymore. He's out 6 months, a second operation on his shoulder, which I already knew. And yeah, figured that definitely he's out. I understand that Rick about Mueller, but if he's not the right guy for head coach, then he shouldn't be offered the job. I don't think he was offered the job. What he is he's the associate coach. So the fact that Julian was out sick or for whatever reason he wasn't able to coach is really the reason why he got the head coaching job, because that's, if Julian is out for some reason, Mueller's job is to step in as the associate coach. So, because that is their jobs, they're associate coaches. But Julian is the head coach. There's a slight, it's weird, but and like Ducharme and Luke Richardson, they're assistant coaches. So there's a difference there. I also seem to remember Mueller didn't want to report to the Islanders for a few days after being traded. Yes, this is true. This is true. He was very, I think it was, I would go as far as saying he was probably devastated a bit it's hard to say a bit devastated. You're devastated. To have been traded, I really think he wanted to stay here and finish his career here. And yeah, I believe he was even thinking about retiring, and that's why he took the time. Because I think he went on for a few more years, but I think at the point where he left here, I think he was getting towards that age where you could say he might retire, but I think he played another 5 or 6 seasons, actually, maybe only 4, but something like that. The hockey guy had his live stream taken down today because of copyright issues. Really? Are you serious? Well, I know that he was live streaming the game, and maybe it's possible that we're not going to be able to do that anymore. They have decided to crack down, and I don't know how it affects my channel yet at all. I think I'm quite small that they don't really care too much about me yet, but it's going to affect us. I just don't know yet. So I mean, I'm not going to be all worried and upset because I don't know anything yet. I'm waiting literally for Justin from Hands Down Hockey's video, which he said he's going to put out. He was talking about it on Twitter, and I thanked him for the fact that he's going to make a video about it, that he called. He actually put a call into the NHL, and they actually called him back, and they explained to him what's going on and what he needs to do and the channel we need to do to not have this. I'm a little surprised to hear the hockey guy got his thing pulled, because the hockey guy in general is very careful. He's very careful. So he must have had the sound up or something like that. He does not show the game. He's not dumb to show the game. Sound must have been up. Something must have been some reason. Or they don't want us to live stream during the games anymore. Something like that could be going on. So it's going to affect my channel to some extent. I just don't know exactly how much. I wouldn't if the NHL crackdown is the reason Hot Take Hockey is taking a little break. You wouldn't. It could be. It could be that I'm only hearing about it. I want to say, I think this morning was the first I heard about this. Again, from Justin on Twitter. So I'm actually, every time I'm on my page where my list of videos are, which is where one of my, I usually have that open. Every time I go on there, I'm looking to see if I've gotten any copyright. Or when I go on my dashboard to see if there's any copyright issues because of my thumbnails. I mean, they are NHL. I don't pay for those. I mean, I'm admitting it here because to say differently, it's a lie. I can't prove that you know what I mean? I wouldn't. So yeah, I find them online. I take them from where I can. I changed them a little bit. So I'm hoping that I change them enough for fair use in case that's something, so that I make them my own in a way that I hope you could say is fair use. But I don't know. So this is, like I said, it's brand new. I wouldn't. Okay, that's different. How about Vincent Diffuse? Wait, Damfus. Gotcha. Vinny Damfus. Now I forget why we're talking about Vinny. We would be talking about him. I'm sorry, Elio. I know you. I told you to tell me I know I asked you probably to give that name, and I don't remember why. So I'm really sorry about that. When Price signed his deal for our free agent options were pretty bad. Niemi and Smith would be in the net the last 2 years. Oh no, I don't hold it against them for signing. Excuse me, Price to that deal. Just it's time to give him a backup, a proper backup. Have fun finding a goalie that wants to sign in Montreal. I think though Montreal may be turning that corner with the emergence of Suzuki and KK. I think people, especially players, they can see Montreal is going to be a better team going forward. Should be. And that in itself means we'll probably start to see a trickle of players that are willing to sign here. And as Montreal gets better, that'll increase. It's always been like that. It's always been like that. Ever since free agency, that's how it's been. At least here in Montreal. Because, they don't want to put up with the taxes and all that if they're not going to be a winner. So if Montreal was a winner, players come here. Unless you trade for them or you draft them. He really loved playing close to home. Kingston. Muller. That's right. Muller from Ontario. You're right. I think also he was. I think he just loved playing in an original six city where hockey meant a lot and winning meant a lot. I saw a little speech he gave. I don't know where it was, like on one of those Habs little stations. They did some shows, CH24. And anyway, I saw this little speech he gave to the rookies. And I think it's like when Nick Suzuki was in training camp the first year, or it might even be from last season's training camp. And just the stuff he said about being a Montreal Canadian, you could tell how much it means to him to be in the organization and how much it meant to him to have won a Stanley Cup here in Montreal. He also played a bit in TO, right? He went to Toronto after the Islanders, I do believe. I'd rather move on from Lehkonen and Byron than Domi. Well, I got to tell you, Lehkonen is a kind of player that, yeah, you can move on with him, but he's not an easy player to find. You can't win without players like Lehkonen. You can't. And as much as you want to say he doesn't score enough, he doesn't connect enough with all the chances he gets, that's not all Lehkonen's game is. Lehkonen is so much more away from the puck and, on the other side, as they say, of the puck. And he just, Lehkonen, like, not this season. During the season the 2018-19 season, I guess. It's starting to rain bad here. I was not a big fan of Lehkonen, and I thought, he's not doing enough and all that. As I got to know a little bit more about how it really works, not from a fan standpoint, but from the more of an inside standpoint, yeah, Lehkonen is the kind of guy you don't want to see go. He's important to this team. He was doing the Tampa game today, and he had it taken down. He showed too much of the TV screen, showed the game. Oh, so that's the one that I was talking about then earlier. I thought it was an earlier video. Yeah, you can't show anything. They don't want any of their live anything. You can't show any footage. And I don't do that. I did for one video was my tribute to Guy Lafleur, and I used some actual footage. But I've never done another video like that, and I won't be because it's just, it's too much of a chance. I don't need any trouble with the NHL. No, I think you're right because, Shamir, I heard that story, but I didn't know that it was today's game. I thought it was from another video, but I heard that, exactly what you explained, so it's got to be right. Morgan has been putting numbers to me on Twitter to try and convince me letting Price walk away to Seattle for nothing would be good for Montreal. Yeah, see, I kind of letting him go for nothing. I don't agree with that. No, I don't. I mean, that's ridiculous. You can get a lot for Carey Price. Why would anybody want to let him go for nothing? I think it's still only a risk that they'll take him, but they might take him. And then what? So, yeah. Hey, Robert. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Owen, have a great night. No problem. I'll be here. I'll have my new lighting and my new microphone. I'm excited about that, to have, I don't know, to look more professional, and the sound will be a lot better because, it's not a bad sound on my webcam, but it's not great. It's not deep enough. You don't get that deep, that tone. And I already have a bit of a high-pitched voice, so when I hear myself talking, like when I do the podcast, it's so high. I keep telling myself, okay, you got to talk a little bit lower when you're doing your podcast because you want to hear people, sound a little manly, and it's just a better sound. And I don't think I could do like an hour like that. I would definitely forget at some point during the thing. I guess I should do these live streams a little bit earlier, eh? So I won't be tired near the end. No, it's not even near the end. Well, we're only 40 minutes in. It's not like this long. I know the hockey guy posted in his community section on YouTube saying he's not doing live reactions for the foreseeable future. And sadly, it'll likely cause others such as Nhl Hockey and Grab to do the same. And myself, if that's the case, I mean, my first period live streams, the guess the score contest, which we can still run, but it's not. Well, we can still run because we don't run it during the actual game. But yeah, you see, it's a problem, and it figures, it figures. It's all about money. They figure you guys are. I guess they don't watch it to know that we're not actually showing it. For guys like me anyway, and even Hot Take, but I think John will sometimes put the sound up a little loud. You can hear it. I know he's careful. I know he knows you can't do it, but I think that's why. But other than that, he does play-by-play. I think they don't like the play-by-play. I'm going to stop doing the play-by-play. Not that I do anything that you could consider calling play-by-play. I think that's funny, actually, to call when I do play-by-play. But yeah, you can't mess with the NHL. You can't. And once you've got them like for the hockey guy, they've got him on one, right? So they asked him to remove it. Means now they're aware of him. This was something he did not want. That was the reason why he did not put any footage. And he's also getting noticed on Sportsnet. He's been mentioned, and he sometimes will trend every now and then on Twitter. So he's getting noticed, and this is why this is being done, to him. He's a big channel, and yeah, it's all about money. They figure he's taking away from people watching watching Sportsnet, and I don't know what else. I mean, I don't know what else he's taking away from. But I guess because, advertisers want faces watching their screens. So if you're watching the hockey guy and you're not, it's less advertising money. It's all about money, honey. I think Morgan would rather trade him, but it's obvious he doesn't want to pay price. Listen, it's a lot. I get it, but if you are going to say, okay, we're going to part ways with Carey Price, you're not letting him go. Just let him go. Like, oh, bye. We no longer have Carey Price. No way. You're getting something back for him, and you can get you can still get, especially after these playoffs. I think his value went up, so I think you can get quite a lot for Carey Price right now. Like, if you're going to trade Carey Price, honestly, though, if you are, this is the time. His value went up. His value went up after coming down a bit, there's no doubt. And if you're going to trade him, do it now because you're going to get the most back for him. And you will get a good return for him. And like I said, sign a couple of guys, a couple of goalies like I had on the list. I would go after. I still don't think you can get Markstrom, but I would go after Markstrom. But Braden Holtby might be good for a couple of years. You only need him really for a few years, and then Primo should be young and ready, like a young Carey Price, and you just got to find him a backup. And it's doable. Let me put it out. It's doable, and I think they could. I don't think they will. I think I would be shocked. Well, I wouldn't be shocked. I'm not shocked anymore by anybody being traded, right? But it's as close as I could get to being shocked if they would trade Carey Price. It's not a really good PR move for the team to do, It's not. I haven't looked over on this side. I'm live streaming off of my laptop so it doesn't crash. You never know when the big machine's going to crash. And I see there's 18 people. All right. I didn't realize there were 18. That's not bad. I'll remind everybody, even though it's not rolling too much now, I am trying to raise a little bit of money for the channel because I just bought some equipment. So I'll just remind everybody that if you want to get a chance to win the Bauer Supreme size 7.5 skates, for every super chat or super sticker or membership, you get entered into the contest to win that. And tonight, for everybody that sends a super chat, I'll be drawing to give one of the pucks away. It doesn't seem to be working tonight, but hey, you can't blame a guy for trying, right? You can't, right? No, I read that. Deep B. Hey, buddy, I don't know. Name's familiar. I've probably seen you here before. Thanks for coming in. I just here now, not sure if you answered this. Since Gallagher has such high trade value, would you package him with the first round pick and say a prospect for Gaudreau or a better sniper? Personally, I feel Habs have to get a sniper or high playmaker this offseason. Don't want to waste Price and Weber. Okay, I actually have a good feeling on this. Yes, Gaudreau's probably more offensive and give you better numbers. Thing is, and this I feel strongly, if you take Gallagher out of the lineup like that and you bring in Gaudreau and you could say, on paper, we're better. But you know what? On the ice, you're not going to be. That Gallagher is the heart and soul of this team. He drives this team. In my opinion, you got to keep him, not no matter what. But I don't think he's outpriced himself yet. I don't think it's the time that he's run through the, it's a salary cap system. So there's a point where you can't keep him anymore. I don't think he's gotten there yet. And I think if you do that, it's like you gouge the heart out of this team. And then you expect to say, well, okay, but, the covering, the chest covering we put over the heart we gouged out is really nice and shiny. But, it doesn't really work. So that's my take on that. Does that make any sense to anybody? I don't know. But that's my take on it. I do like Gaudreau, but if you're bringing in another small player, and if you're trading Gallagher, you're trading one small player, getting another one. But remember, he's a small player, very talented. Yes, I know he puts up points, but you're really going to feel losing Gallagher on the ice. You're going to feel it. So my vote for that would be no. Just checking to see if I'm still on because there's no. Hope he's not as good as he's getting paid. Agreed. Hope he's not going to get $6 million. But what if you can get Holtby 3 years, $5 million a season, 5.5? I'd rather 5. You know what? For 3 years, I think that might be a good option. And then you take who else was on the list, and then Shamir wants a hockey puck. Another one. He already got one. He wants another one. Thanks, Shamir. Appreciate that. Thanks. I really do appreciate that. So Holtby, I think, he's 30. He's still young. Maybe, change of scenery, and you might get Holtby back to where he was. and that wouldn't be a bad pickup. I kind of agree with you with the money. He's not getting any more than 6, that's for sure. If you ask me, for me, I'm not offering that. But then you've got still $4.5 million that you can go out and you can get a backup that's good. So you could literally spend less than what it is for Carey Price right now and still be okay as far as goaltending. Because remember, goaltending doesn't win playoffs or Stanley Cup alone. Yes, a guy can win games. A goaltender can even steal a series. I've never seen a goaltender. Now, I could be wrong, and I'll stand corrected. I can't remember ever seeing a goalie literally drag a team all the way from start to finish to get the cup. He can get them going, and there's points where but so my point is, you just need a hot goalie. You need a good goalie that's hot, and you can win a cup, and that's the way it usually is. It's rare that it's the best goalie. So it's not a bad option. Where a couple of years ago you might have said, no. He's 33. You can still get good value out of him. And, it's something to consider. So on that standpoint, I don't think I'd be shocked if they traded him. But I'd be very surprised because you take a really big PR hit. So it depends on really who's coming back and the other moves you make around it. That if you really take a swing for the fences and you bring back that, like a Patrick Laine, somebody like that who's really going to complement this team and put the puck in the net that we're missing, I think you can do it. So, yeah. And let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of what I'm saying here? Johnny Hockey is not as good as Galley. I'd bet Galley scores more goals the next 2 seasons. From what I've seen, and I haven't seen a lot of Johnny Hockey, I don't know if that's exactly true, but I still would rather have Galley on this team than Johnny Gaudreau with any day because of the fact that Galley is your driving force. Galley, who never gives up, who every game gives you 100%, leaves it all on the ice. You know what kind of when you remove that, you don't have that example for the team to follow along. You'd think they're professionals and they don't really need it. Yeah, they need it. They need that guy pulling them along every game. And he's that guy. And I think he's worth the price he's going to get, the money he's going to get to be here. That's my opinion. And I'm kind of glad I said that before Jeff said it. I have a feeling people think I just repeat all of Jeff's hockey ideas, which isn't the case. But, yeah, Galley, you're ripping the heart out of this team if you take him out of here. I agree Gallagher is important, but in a year or so, his cap hit could be high, and his size does not work in the playoffs. And to trade him then, value could be low. Which sniper you think Montreal could get? Don't really know about sniper they can get, but Gallagher's one of those players that, you know what? You're going to take your loss when it's time to, because he's going to bring you so much up to that time that I think you're going to take your loss and say, you know what, we didn't get much back from him, but boy, did he give us everything. And a guy like that, it's worth it at that point. So I don't have a problem with that. Hey, Rick, hope you're having a great weekend. I am so far, yeah. I am. It would have been a little better if the weather was better, or if I would have known the weather was going to be bad. And then I would have been here tonight with my new lighting and my microphone for the live stream, but I'm only getting it tomorrow because I didn't think I would be here all day today. I don't like leaving. They leave boxes in front of your door. I don't like doing that. I'm in an apartment building. I just don't like it. If I'm going to get a delivery, I want to be home for it, so it's not left somewhere. And so I wasn't supposed to be home today. But my dog doesn't really walk in the rain. She doesn't want to walk anywhere, do anything in the rain. So I tend not to go out very much when it's rainy days like today. Let's see who knocked on my phone. End of the second period. Flyers and Islanders, 2-1 Islanders. Thoughts on Laine? It's I think he came around this year a bit. He broadened his game. It's a more well-rounded game. I think his attitude's a little better. And I wouldn't be opposed to maybe getting him if they work it out. I don't think he's going anywhere. I really don't. You know, there's not a lot of snipers like him. It's hard to replace him. You know, if you trade a guy like that, you got to replace him. How do you do that? You know, that's the question. How do you do that? And it's literally not an easy thing to do. So, sorry, I'm just wondering why I got distracted. So, yeah, so I don't think you move him necessarily, you know. So we'll have to see. I know it's a rumor that he's going to get moved again. That's a rumor, but I don't see it. I agree about Galley. This is from Garrett. The leadership he brings is unparalleled. Yeah, some guys, you know, you're gonna keep him all the way just because of the leadership value. That maybe the last couple of seasons you're not getting the full value of a guy like that, but you're still getting that leadership value that players look up to and will skate through a brick wall for and stuff like that because he'll do it, and they feel they've got to do it. And it really, I think it makes a difference. So yeah. Wow. Wahashik, Jaguar, and Dryden are calling you, Rick. Why are they calling me? Did I leave them out of something? I'm not getting that at all. Sorry, Jeff. You know, Jeff, since you mentioned Dryden, I got to tell you, listening to the podcast, my God, do you ever sound like Ken Dryden? Wow. And that is like a huge compliment. And I think people listening to the podcast hear your voice and it's calming. And I think that it's so Canadian. And yeah, I meant to tell you this, and I'm doing it live on camera on a live stream. Who would have thunk it, right? But yeah, if you listen to our podcast, link is in the description down there. Tell me what you think of Jeff's voice. He sounds a lot. I'm not saying it's like exactly, but my God, do you ever sound like Ken Dryden? And I'm wondering, where is Ken Dryden from? I thought he was from Ontario. So I guess I'm surprised since Jeff is from Nova Scotia. And oh my God, I wanted to tell you that, Jeff, that you sound so much like Dryden. I love it on a hockey podcast in Canada. So, and oddly enough, the three of us other guys were wearing headphones and microphones, and you didn't, and you sounded the clearest. So, don't know what's up with that. Stop knocking. My phone's knocking. Somebody at the door. Oh, it's funny. NHL Hockey News Report. That's his. He's going on and doing a live reaction. Maybe he shouldn't do that. I guess should have told him maybe not to do that. Now, I didn't know while he was in here, so that's true. Joey, how's it going, Joey? Your dad was in. I don't know if he's still here, but your dad was in here. I think it's your dad, right? Elio? Go Islanders. Yeah, go Islanders, go. People forget Line A is only 22. This is right, and that's why Morgan, by the way, hey, Morgan, thanks for I was wondering where you were. I mentioned you a few times already. He's young. It's why his game started to get a little more well-rounded and a little less goals, but more assists. He's more well-rounded, less selfish, that type of thing, more of a team guy. And that's only good to see. I mean, that's great to see. And he's young. So just like we say about KK and Suzuki, they're young. Line A's not much older, a year difference from him and Suzuki. Florida is the team we need to target. They need to shake things up. Yeah, Florida is. Pittsburgh looks like they're trying to shake things up. There's how many teams that are so close to the cap? They need to shake things up. Tampa, they got to do something about moving contracts. They're like right up against the cap, and they can't even. I think they're so tight that they can't like even bring up a guy on minimum salary for the year. They don't have the money. So yeah, Florida. But there's other teams. I mean, there's other teams to target. I'm doing great, Joey. I'm doing great. It's Saturday hockey talk. It's always a fun night. And weather here in Montreal kind of sucky, but, it is what it is. I'm kind of excited now because I was so disappointed when I got up this morning and it's raining. It's like, oh, my God, I could have had that stuff in today and instead tomorrow. So now I'm like, I ordered it on Friday. So it's kind of like it's Friday again. I'm getting this tomorrow. So I'm kind of excited again now about getting, I wanted to get it's not like a super expensive microphone, but it's a professional microphone and some lighting, like box lighting that you can direct and control a little bit better. And yeah, so I'm kind of excited for that. So I'm having a great night, as always. And I hope you all are too. But listen, part of the reason why I'm having a great night is you guys in the room came to I put out a thing there and said, hey, you want to see some idiot talk live and you can ask him questions? Come here at this time. And you guys came. So it was pretty cool. And right now there's 15. And it's cool that we're having fun. So yeah, my Saturday nights are usually pretty good because of that. Let's see now. Personally, I'm a big fan of Tyler Sagan. That's from Deep B. Do you think the Habs could land him at all? And do you think he would fit with us? I don't think it's like Jeff talking about Huberdeau. It's how do you get him out of there? That's the thing. So I guess if you could get Huberdeau or if we could get Manta, if you get a player like that out of that situation with a team that they're with, then I would imagine you got to find the right deal. You got to figure out what Dallas needs, and you got to either have it so you can give it to them and trade it, or you got to go out and get it for them and then trade it to them. So, yeah, would he fit in here? But he's a center. We're kind of full up on centers. I don't know. I don't know if there's a need for Tyler Sagan anymore. When you're looking at guys that could fit in here, I think you got to start looking on the wing now. We're pretty good center-wise. So unless it's, you could say Sagan's better than Suzuki right now, and that's probably true. But I think Suzuki has the potential to be as good, if not better, than Sagan. So don't jump on me that I said better than, but as good as. So there's no need, and we get to watch him here and all that stuff. No, so I don't think you got to look at trades to find guys that Montreal, positions that they need. That's where I would focus on. But I don't think getting a center is, I want to see guys come in that now you're looking who can play on Suzuki's wing and KK's wing I think we're deficient on the right side a bit. So, yeah. You said a goalie can't drag a team to the Stanley Cup. No, okay. And it figures, Jeff, you're going to be the one to be upset at that, and I get it. What I said was a goalie, yes, can win you a game, can win you a series, maybe even win you a couple, but I don't think a goalie alone can take you from beginning to the end in the Stanley Cup without help. There's no way that's happening. That's what I said. So you just need a hot goalie, a good one, but the good goal has to be hot and better off if you have two. If you don't have a Carey Price type guy, if you have two good, decent goalies that can get hot at the same time and take you through, it's just as good as a Carey Price. It's just as effective. And most seasons, that is what you get. You don't get a Carey Price. You sometimes get a lot lesser than Carey Price, but he happens to be hot that year, So that's what my point was. So no, don't. And I want to tell you this since you're there also. I was on YouTube. I looked finally in the right place, and guess whose videos came up? I saw the last two videos that you put up for your channel, you and Laylee, and I put a thumbs up. So one of them had no views. I was the first thumbs up. If you're wondering who that was me. But I obviously, because it's your daughter that's in the video, no comments, which is the right thing to do. I wanted to comment to let you know that I was there, but I get to do it this way. So awesome. Please tell Laylee to keep it up. She looks like she's very, focused and dedicated to this game that she loves. And tell her I gave her a double thumbs up on the videos. I saw 2 videos, 2 thumbs up. And I don't know the name of the channel. Tell people what it is, and hopefully they can find it. It's not easy to do. And they can check out your videos and watch as Laylee progresses to become a goaltender for a gold medal winning Canada team somewhere in some tournament. And yeah, that's my prediction for Jeff's daughter. Because she's got the dedication, I think and she's getting the training and the coaching that is greatly above average that most get at her age, especially. And I think that I think my prediction is going to come true. So yeah, give her 2 thumbs up and tell her I enjoyed those videos and I want to see more. Gallagher is the heart and soul of our team. If you would have played in game 6, things would have been different. Well, this is probably true. It's not 100% true, but it's probably true because, you know, his drive and his heart and he never gives up on a play. And that's the reason why he gets a lot of his goals. He doesn't give up, and he gets them on 2nd, 3rd, 4th whacks at it. And yeah, it really drives a team. And you have to be looking at it and go, well, man, if he's going to be doing that, I've got to be doing something too. And it really brings people forward, I think. And you notice it when he's not in the lineup. Price for Crosby, the only possible PR acceptable trade. You're probably right, but at that point, I don't know that Crosby wants to come here. Probably still does, but I think he'd rather have Price here at the same time. I wish I was as smart as Ken Dryden. Well, you know the important thing about that, Jeff? You sounded like you were. That's all that matters. Just keep sounding like it, as long as they're buying it. No, but listen, your voice is so much like Ken Dryden that it's almost, I want to say mesmerizing. It's not, but it's so Canadian and comforting. I think that's the word. Honestly, it's comforting to listen to a show talking about hockey, and you got a guy that sounds like Ken Dryden on there. It's just, I think it's awesome. And like I said, you had the best sound of all of us, and you had no headphones on and microphone. Figure that one out. I can't, so we might try that for everybody next week. We'll see. Who would be your #1 off-season acquisition? Good question. Well, I'll tell you, since honestly, I put it in my video. Maybe I didn't have the right offer there. I would really try to get Anthony Mantha. I would really try to get Anthony Mantha and really try to get Alex Killorn. I think it solves a problem for you in offense without having to go find a sniper. Because I think those 2 guys can deliver enough offense for you to solve that problem. The thing is, how do you get what's his name now? Mantha. How do you get Mantha out of Detroit? That's the thing. And I admit, by the way, anybody watch the video? Yeah, I made a huge mistake. You're not sending Drouin to Detroit with Yzerman as the GM. That's not happening. It was a big mistake. So you can kind of cancel that out. But I think getting Anthony Mantha would be amazing. And I really like Alex Killorn. I really like this guy. And then you've got a pair of wingers. I know Mantha plays either side, and I think Killorn does too. If not, he's a left wing. And imagine the line, Suzuki in between Mantha and Killorn. I love it. I love it. I love it. Or, you spread them around. However, I think they add a lot, and it makes changes. But I think Montreal's at that point now where they need to make some big changes and go in a certain direction going forward, that you have to stop being like, oh, I love that player. He's yeah, it's true. But as long as the team gets something back and moves forward and is better, like Jeff's been saying, and I'm finally buying into what he's been saying on that, is pretty much anybody is expendable. It's the case. I am not as brutal as he gets, but yeah, I'm starting to see the value in. You've brought these kids along, the ones that are on the team now, and you've made them into viable NHL players, and some of them are going to have to be moved to actually make the whole team. Well, what's the word I'm looking for? Just work better, and that's going to be a winner. It's just the way it works. It's worked on every championship team for how many years that NHL has been around, pretty much, and that's how it works. So my number one off-season acquisition, did I say that? Killorn and Mantha. And on defense, that's a little bit different. I think on defense, you can't afford Peter Angelos. You can't look in the UFA department. I think he's got to make a trade and pick up somebody. At that point, it's real speculation. That's a lot of speculation. I don't know yet on defense who I would trade for. It's not going to be Shane Goss's-Beer anymore. I think I'm off the Shane Goss's-Beer wagon. So I haven't really landed on anybody else in particular, really. Rick, did you see Schmier donation? Whoa. What does that mean? What's Schmier donation? Shamir. Yes, I did. I acknowledged it. I definitely did. And I read what he said on it. So, I did see Shamir's donation, and it is well appreciated. If anybody would like to match that, I will. Then I will have names to draw to give away the puck. Otherwise, it makes it a little easier, Shamir, if you get it, because then I'll just put the two of them in one package. But right now, Shamir is getting another emotional support hockey puck. So if anybody else would like to challenge him for that, take a super chat. We'll get you in the draw. As a matter of fact, I've got Shamir's name here, even though I don't really need his name because he's all lonely there. And so I've got him down, but he's winning that puck, and we got about 15 minutes to go, 16, 17 minutes to go. And then he's got that puck. Who wants to get in on it? And plus, you also get entered into the draw for the skates. You get another entry into the draw for the skates. So I'm going to have to put that there. Good thing I have all of my paperwork in front of me. So let me just enter him. We're still August, aren't we? Awesome. And Jeff, thank you for telling. Pass that along, definitely. I can't wait. I know she's young and there's a long time to wait for this prediction to come true, but still looking forward to the prediction that Jeff's daughter will make us proud as a nation for Team Canada. Okay, so where are we at, guys? We slowed right down. We're down to 13 in the room. I think I'm slowing. Am I slowing down? Is like my energy level get a little lower? I was writing people's stuff down, but we are at the end of comments. So you know me. You guys got to know me by now. I kind of run on the fuel you guys give me. I'm not the best for ad-libbing and sitting here and then talking about stuff, but just give me a subject and I can talk your ear off once I know what you want to hear. It's weird that I'm like that, but it's the way I am. I can't help it. I don't have anything prepared that, I should remind anybody in the room, if you haven't already, because I haven't said this yet, please give a thumbs up and let's see if we can get the thumbs ups to 20. We're at 13. We got one guy, somebody didn't like me, which is cool. If you don't like it, if you're not enjoying yourself, don't give a thumbs up. I wouldn't ask you to do that. But if you are here and having a good time, please give a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And if there's anybody that is new to the channel and hasn't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate that you subscribe and ring the notifications bell, and that'll get you as I always say at the end of my videos, your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge right here at Talking Habs. Yeah, it'll just send out notifications when videos and live streams like this are on, and you won't get left out. So that would be awesome. Thumbs ups and subscriptions. And if you're interested in winning a hockey puck, it's called an emotional support hockey puck that is much like this, but it's not exact. This is a prototype. It's a lot heavier. Then if you take a super chat, any amount that you feel like super chatting for, and you get entered into the contest that is open for another, where are we at? 15 minutes, and you could get that delivered by the post office directly to your door. Isn't that an amazing deal? I mean, how many things can you buy that, you know, the postman just brings them like right to your door? You don't have to do anything to go and get it or anything like that. I mean, technology today, isn't it amazing? I'm trying to be funny. I don't know if it's working. Can I sell jokes? How about jokes? Hey, 99 cents and you get to see a joke. All right. Okay, now I'm getting a bit sad trying to beg for money here, so I'm going to stop doing that. But just a reminder that you do get all those good things if you do take a super chat. Okay, where was I? I was up here somewhere. Who's my favorite non-Habs team? I've been asked that a lot of times, and I got to tell you, there's none, because the Habs are my team. They will always be my team. There's no other team that I cheer for anywhere near the way that I cheer for the Habs. So there are other teams that I like or I don't dislike, you might say. And Vancouver is definitely one of them that I like and I would cheer for. So maybe that's the closest thing that you could have for that. So Vancouver. But Montreal is, I know you said non-Habs, and I get that. But yeah, it's usually strictly Habs. But especially this season, Vancouver's they're the last Canadian team in the playoffs, I do believe. So all the more reason to cheer for them. And it's not the Maple Leafs, so that makes it a lot easier too. Because I would have a lot of trouble, because I've been in that situation, I guess, before, where you're asked, or for whatever reason, like you got to cheer. They're the last Canadian team, but it's the Maple Leafs. There's any other team in Canada I could cheer for. I don't think I can for the Maple Leafs. I never have. And unless my life was like dependent on it, I don't know that I would or even could. Now, it's not to put down Leafs fans, because I like Leafs fans. Leafs fans are fine. I just don't like the Maple Leafs. And I'm allowed. Fondest memories of Forum hot dogs. Oh, very interesting question. I can say this, I think, pretty honestly, too. Never had a Forum hot dog that I didn't like. Something about, like, I don't know what it is, because they took all of the grills, everything that was at the Forum to make hot dogs, I do believe they transferred to the Bell Center. Now, the Bell Center has good hot dogs, not as good as the Forum. So it's either that, because in our fondness for the old Forum and nostalgia, and because it's been a long time since you had one, you can't 100% say that, well, they're exactly the same, but they probably are. But they did seem a lot better when they were at the Forum. They were better. And yeah, I think every single hot dog I ever had at the Forum was great. Never had anything weird happen with a hot dog, so I can't really say there's anything that I'm remembering. At least I'm like not really remembering it right now at the moment, but I can't say. They were all great. Forum hot dogs were fantastic. And like I said, Bell Center ones are good. They're really good. Forum hot dogs were fantastic. She doesn't want to women's hockey. Oh, no. Well, okay. But maybe her path to the NHL might be through women's hockey. But you know what? She's young enough. that things may change down the road here soon. And I have always said this, and I think I said it on video. First NHL player that's a woman is going to be a goalie. It just makes sense, and I think she's in the right position. She's playing the right position to do that. So then I'll say it this way. She'll be playing goal for a Canadian team, maybe in a mixed league or whatever it is, wearing a Canadian sweater, winning gold for Canada somewhere. And if I think it's even better if it's in a mixed league. Why not play Juleson? Offer sheet Pierre-Luc Dubois. Excuse me, I don't want to yawn for you guys. Okay, first, offer sheeting Pierre-Luc Dubois I don't think does anything. I think offer sheets don't do much, and in this case, I cannot see them not matching unless you make a ridiculous offer, and then it's just that. It's a ridiculous offer that will become a ridiculous contract. So I don't see offer sheeting Pierre-Luc Dubois, personally. And I'm not sure why you're saying why not play Juleson. I would play Juleson. Juleson is an RFA, so they have to give him at least a qualifying offer or sign him to a new contract. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I don't like the offer sheet. Do I sell Flexseal? Wait, what's that for? Are you making fun of me now, Jeff? Do I sell Flexseal? Why do you ask? You got to tell me why you ask. I'm not sure I want to know the answer, but I do want to know the answer. Even if you're ribbing me, it's okay. I want to know the answer. I was glad I got to have a Forum hot dog before it shut down. Oh yeah, I mean they were just something special about them. I'm Nub Newbie. Hey buddy, welcome in. Should we trade Domi or put him on the wing? Playing on the fourth line is a waste of his talent. Playing him on the fourth line is a waste of his talent. I think he should go on the wing, but interesting in what Julian said about him is that he thinks he is better at center than on the wing, and he sees him as a center. What does that mean? Who moves? Somebody's got to move. Either somebody has to move over to the wing or somebody has to move off this team. I don't know. It's early. I would imagine I'm going to do more videos on this topic as more info comes out, or if I get a sudden I want to talk about it in this way. But I think I don't know. Somebody you think is going to have to be moved. Who wins the cup? Who wins the cup? Well, I had Colorado. I think I had Washington and Colorado in I think in 2 different videos as it progressed, right? And Washington's out, so I'm going to stick with my Colorado. I know they're not. I think they're on the losing end right now, but hey, until they're knocked out, I'm going to stick with it. Okay, stop the yawning. Sorry, guys. You see, I told you. Well, was it last week that I fell asleep? I fell asleep. Whatever. I was in no danger of doing that before the live stream started. But I get tired around this time because it's almost an hour and a half. So that's what happened. But don't worry, I'm fine. We're going to finish. Don't worry. I appreciate any concern that might be out there that's not voiced and doesn't have to be voiced because I'm fine. I am really fine. Yeah, so that's my guess for the cup. We offer sheeted Aho and we looked like fools when Canes matched. You just knew they would. Yeah, well, listen, with Aho, they probably should have gone. And listen, is he worth $10 million? I don't really know that he is, but they needed to go above $10 million. I think they might have had a chance then. They might have, but they, probably not. Because in general, offer sheets don't work. So no offer sheet, but you would sign Hall. No, I would not sign Hall. No, I would sign Hall only if he came in way lower than he's asking and way less term. Like he wants 7 years, 9 to 10 million, I think. a season. That's way too much. Like that's way too much. Where was I? Did it scroll up that much? No. I cheered against the Blue Jays in the 90s, and the A's are my #1 favorite sports team. I have one and only baseball team, but I cheer for the Oilers and Kings because Gretzky was my all-time favorite. Yeah, listen, I'm not really telling anybody else what to do. I just do what I do. I would not. I don't really cheer for another team. Habs are my team, and it's always been like that. Usually, when the Habs are out of the playoffs, I don't follow anything. I hear about it on the radio, but I don't go out of my way to hear who's winning, who's losing. Only because of the channel that I'm starting to really do that. And even at that, I'm not doing a really good job at following anybody else and what's going on. I'm keeping track of what's going on, but I'm not really watching any hockey. The Oilers are the only Canadian team I could be happy about winning the Cup before the Habs. Okay, what makes you a big Oilers fan? Gretzky, I guess. I'm assuming it's got to be Gretzky. What made you start YouTube? The Hockey Guy. I had time on my hands. I discovered the Hockey Guy 3 months before I really thought about it. And I just kind of said to myself, Shannon's so much like me in a lot of ways that I could do this. He's just a regular Joe Schmo like I am. And he is he's like the most successful small hockey YouTuber, I think, right now, right? He's still considered a small YouTuber because his channel is not at 1 million. And it depends on who you talk to. He's still a small YouTuber either way. So, yeah, anyways, he got me. I just looked at him and I said, like, if he can do it, I could do this. I was looking for something to do at the time. I wasn't really working or doing anything. And so that's what happened. So, yeah, that's what made me start. And for some reason, a guy who does not like to take his picture for any reason at all up until that point just decided one day and said, you know what, okay, let me get set up and all that. And then it was a different camera. And I went, click, and I never thought about it, about who was on the other end. And do I look like an idiot? Which some of you might be saying there, yeah, that's what it is. Oh, I've been looking for the right term for what I think. An idiot is it? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But you know what? I never really thought about it. I just did it. And I don't think about it when I start up my camera. I don't think about the audience. I do a little bit afterward when I'm starting to upload it. I want to check and see what's going on and everything. But so, yeah, that's the long version of what made me start YouTube. So, hey, Jack, you're in right at the end. Like, I'm literally at the end, a couple more minutes, because I am getting tired. My voice is going. Hall is worth 6 to 6.5, and at most 4 to 5 years. Yeah, I got to agree with you. I wouldn't go higher than those numbers. I really, really wouldn't, and I think that would make him go elsewhere. I just, maybe I would regret it, but we'll never know because he won't be here to play. But I just don't see him as that great player that deserves that kind of term and money. Hopefully Vancouver wins the Cup for Canada. Yeah, I actually really do agree with that sentiment. Would love to see Vancouver win their first ever Cup and bring the Cup back to Canada and do us all proud. Do us all proud. They're playing really good hockey. And, yeah, I really... I'd like to see Vancouver get it. Okay, I'm going to get to the bottom of these, and then I'm going to take off because I'm getting tired. And it's good to recognize when I may be in danger of doing what I did the last time, and I don't want to do that. So we need to develop and draft and retain our young talent. Our space in cap spending is for the kids when we sign. Yeah, well, this is it's very important. And, Bergey's been a really good manager of the cap, and he's got people in place doing that, and I think we'll be fine for that aspect of it. But it's worrisome. The cap staying flat is very worrisome. You already know, hey, buddy, Who do I think is cracking the lineup next year in Montreal? And who do you think will be traded? Well, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that at this point. I really don't know the answer to that at this point. I'm not going to. I'm a little on the tired side, and I don't know where my speculation and what player I'd pull out of my butt would come from. So, yeah, I think I'm not going to touch that. Don't think about it, long-time viewer. I'll sub now. Awesome, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, stick around and check out the videos, and hopefully you'll enjoy hopefully you'll like what I'm cooking. You'll, as they say, no, that's just dumb. I don't know why I said that in any way. Islanders win. Philly sucks. Yeah, I definitely want the Islanders to win there. Definitely want the Islanders to win there. Hall is worth way more than 6.5, especially in free agency. He's been a point per game past 4 years. I don't agree. The numbers they're talking, I don't agree with. Islanders bringing back Devils 2000s hockey. Yeah, the trap. Return to the trap. Hall is a Hart Trophy winner. I get that, but okay, average out his hockey, his numbers, average out his production, and then multiply it by or divide. You know what? Do the math on his numbers, and you see that he averages out to, I do believe, a very low 50s point producer. So that's over the history of his career. So I don't see why. Okay. I'm doing my rock impression. What do you mean by that? I'm trying to stay awake. I'm really tired, and yeah, I don't want to have a repeat of that. I'm just being very honest with you. I know I'm really tired here, so I'm trying to make sure that everything I say, I actually finish the thought and don't drift off into something else. So that's what I really do. Do I smell what The Rock is cooking? That's the Rock impression. I got you. Yeah, that was it. I remember it now. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. And it looks like, Shamir, you're getting yourself a second puck. So you got 2 of these coming. I appreciate the donation, and I'm going to leave with after Jeff's comment. Jeff saying, I'm not a Hall guy, but if he is all they can get, I'll take it. I won't disagree with that. At least it's a step forward, but there's other options. There's better options, in my opinion. I would rather see they try to get those. But like you say, if that's all we can get, and then you got to, okay, I get that. So there you go. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate the support. Thank you, Shamir, once again. And thanks just to everybody who was in here, who is in here now. And yeah, so next week there'll be a little bit of a different look and better sound to this live stream. And hopefully you will all be there. So have a great rest of Saturday night. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and the whole week for that matter. And we will be podcasting on Monday or Tuesday, whichever day works for everybody. And hopefully you guys will look for that. The last one is in the description of this video. And it's just a long, long, long way for me to say thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great week. Peace out, and I'll see you next time. Get the right mouse. It's very important. And yeah, bye, y'all. Did I hit it? I got it right. All right.